So quite a bit things took place in the past 24 hours. And what took place is for a really good reason. And guys, check out that sunrise. How beautiful is that? And we are heading over to Miami International Airport. We got about 26 minutes to go. So we just got here in Miami International Airport. We are heading over to Charlotte, North Carolina. And I did book this ticket less than 12 hours ago. Spirit was the only one that was available. I'm kind of happy that I was able to find a direct flight without stop. Because the flight relatively short, it's about an hour and 35 minutes. So let's go ahead and head over to TSA and hopefully the line isn't long. So 2 hours later, we just landed here at Charlotte. The plane took off on time. Their service was fantastic. A lot of people have negative things to say about Spirit, but so far, they did really good for me, so thumbs up to you. So let's go ahead and pick up our rental car now. Okay, let's go ahead and look for K29. Okay, we got ourselves a Chevy Malibu. Okay, should be inside. All right, so coming up real soon. So we're stopping by right over here at Hendrick Lexus. No, we are not getting a Lexus. We are getting an Acura, but well, let me find a parking first. Place busy. There it is, guys. Our 2017 Acura NSX. Let's take a look at the inside here. And yes, the car does have a red interior, along with suede insert, and also has the Alcantara headliner as an option. Very clean car. Let's go and take a look at engine bay in the back here. So here we have 1439. As you can see, this also has the carbon fiber engine bay. A very tiny trunk here, but still functional. Man, this car is so clean. Wow. Okay, so the car now is outside. We're gonna go ahead and take it for a spin in just a little bit, and I'm not sure I can see it, but oh man, the light's so bright here. There you go, exactly 7,000 miles. Oh my God. So just came back from a test drive. The vehicle drove amazing and expected. Unfortunately, I couldn't film it because I want to be respectful of not driving and filming at the same time. But later on, we'll give you some clips once we take delivery of the vehicle. As far as right now, we're just gonna do the autograph signing, and then we're gonna have to figure out how to get the vehicle back to South Florida. So just finished up with all the paperwork and got the NSX like in the background there. I don't know if you can see it. But yeah, we all finished up here. We'll go ahead and arrange for transportation. I'm not gonna drive it back. And hopefully we can see the car back to South Florida in about maybe 2 to 3 days. And we'll put on the lift and take a closer look and maybe go on a test drive. So just got to the airport. Let's go ahead and hop on the flight and get back home. Tonight is my lucky night because this flight is pretty empty. Take a look. I got all that to myself. Not bad. Shout out to Frontier. So just got back in town a few hours ago and I'm not wasting any time at all. And I'm going for a little morning ride with a bunch of my boys here. Some of these cars that you see now, you probably see on the channels before. And I am driving my EM1 that we completely restored on this very channel. But enough for that. Let's take a look, see what we have here.
Yes, we calm down. We calm down.
So first one here, that's Brett with a supercharged FA5. It's on our channel. We got Grant here. We saw his car on channel as well. We got the EM1 that we completely restored. We got David DC2. Over here we got John's NSX. We got Nam NSX right over here. We got Jamie ITS. And we got James CRX. Not bad lineup for Sunday. Not bad at all. Man, that was really nice, able to spend some time with the boys driving on a Sunday morning. You know, oftentimes we get so busy in life between work and family and everything else in between. Oftentimes we don't get these type of opportunity, able to spend time with your friend and also get behind the wheels on some of these older cars that we love and spend so much time and effort in, and I'm so glad that we're able to do that every so often. Now, fast forward a few days, I just got a phone call and the NSX has arrived. So let's go head over to the shop and take a look at her. Ooh, I see her. Look at her. Well guys, here she is. Well guys, I have to say for 2017, she's in incredible shape. Now before we take her for the test drive, we do want to make sure that everything else is okay with her, including the fluid and everything else in between. So let's go ahead and get her in the shop. John's going to give you guys a walk around and tell you guys a little bit more about our 2017 Acura NSX.
All right, so now we got the car in the shop and now I get to take a look at it. You know, I kind of got a thing for NSXs. They're kind of my thing. But now I can tell you a little bit about this and nerd out with you on some of the things that this 2017 NC1 has and some of the fine points about the options. So this is a 2017 NSX. It has a 3.5 liter direct injection Cosworth engine in it, with twin turbos and additional 6 port injection injectors. Make sure it has all of the fuel it needs to hit high boost. Has a hybrid motor in the back. Has 2 hybrid motors in the front, giving it all-wheel drive at around, I think, 570 horsepower. Also uses a dual clutch transmission. That's the drivetrain. Now the car is finished in 130R white. This is one of the base colors, so there was not an additional markup for that. It is white. There's no pearl in it. It is probably one of the brightest whites I've seen on a car in quite some time. And this color comes from a turn on Suzuka Raceway in Japan. It's called 130R. Has to do with the radius of the corner. They took that heritage and put it into one of their milestone cars, and this car coming back out was a big deal for the Acura brand and NSX owners around the world. So pretty cool. It being a 2017, it has carbon ceramic brakes. In 2017, the carbon ceramics were an option, but you could not get them with the iron brakes until after a certain production run was done. So most early 2017s are all going to have carbon ceramics. It still had to pay for the option, but there was no option to get it with the iron brakes. These are the standard Y-spoke sport wheels that come with the car as well. And one of my favorite options is this has the carbon roof. That's a pretty good option for someone to get. They also did not choose to get the carbon trims around the car, just the roof option. And also, I'll show you in the back here, the engine covers in carbon. If you didn't get them in carbon, you got them in a black matte finish. So another difference is on the 2017s all the way up until the newer models, they came in a matte carbon. The newer ones are now, like on the Type S, in a gloss finish. You can see the number here, 1,439. Pretty cool. That number is not corresponding to the VIN number. The VIN number and this number are 2 different things on this. Pretty cool car. You see the trunk space here, designed to carry a full-size set of golf clubs. That's pretty important if you can get it to fit in there. It also does get a little spicy in there hot after you've been driving the car, so be careful if you're going to put your groceries back there. But as far as options on the outside of the car, that's pretty much all that this one had. You could also get a carbon spoiler, deck lid spoiler on here. That's not an option it had on here. All right, so inside you can see that it has the red leather with the Alcantara, has Alcantara headliner and the door panel inserts, and the seats are electric. Believe it or not, there was a option to base this car out. I think it came in around $157,000, and that would give you manual seats, no Alcantara, no XM radio. This one also has optional XM radio. You can tell because there's an antenna on that pretty carbon fiber roof. There are other options for these that it doesn't have that I think we might be getting into on later videos, such as some factory carbon fiber accessories, illuminated door sills, and, you know, like I said, carbon fiber trims. Now, there's also going to be some aftermarket tuning going on with this car, which will be pretty nice and enjoyable, because if you know us, we're going to do something. This being a shop car for us, and we're getting to do this the way we want to do it, we'll be putting some of the best aftermarket parts on this car that are available. But before we can do any of that, we have to take a look underneath the car and see what factory maintenance it needs to get done to reset this car back to zero. So let's take a look underneath. Before we go ahead and lift the car up and look underneath, we're lucky enough that the original owner of this car kept the NSX build sheet and window sticker. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what we got here. So when you would buy the car, it would come with the build sheet. The car is manufactured at the Performance Center, or PMC. NSXs are hand built there in Ohio in their own special facility. At least they were. They are no longer. This car was delivered in Duluth, Georgia. That's the initial dealership that ordered the car from the factory. The car was then sold from this dealership and went to Colorado, and that's where it lived its life. But obviously it didn't get driven very much, and as you can see, the car is very clean, so it was definitely never driven in the snow. The car was then purchased by us, and here it is now. So I guess that makes us the second owner of the car. The car, as you can see, it tells you everything about it. It tells you the specs, it tells you the dealer number that sold it. I guess that's its unique ID. I don't know what that refers to, L40, but it also tells you all of the features as far as the factory installed accessories and options, from the leather seats to the wheels, the ceramic rotors, all of everything you can see here has it all. And it's also signed by the plant manager and the chief engineer at the plant. And these are actually signed. Pretty cool. Look at that. Oh, look at that. It's even a sketch, a handmade sketch of the car. I didn't even notice that that was embossed behind it like that. Here's our window sticker, and with all of the options, you can see they base out at $156,000, and with the accessories, it brings the window sticker to this to $184,100, including its shipping and handling. So pretty cool. Made in Marysville, Ohio, at the PMC Center, and now it's here, and we'll move on to the next step. All right, so now we have her up in the air. You can take a look underneath. What should strike you first is that the bottom of the car is flat. Most high-performance supercars of this level that are designed to maintain very good downforce and traction at higher speeds, they're going to have a car that has a completely flat bottom, because this is going to create a low pressure under the car and create downforce. So we have the front under tray here, and you see it comes all the way back to the body. We have the tunnel underneath the car that coolant and oil lines and everything flow through back to the engine. Up here you can see the brakes, a big set of Brembo carbon ceramic brakes on here. You can see our front drive shafts, our brake ducting. This thing cools and works pretty efficiently when it's at speed and performing. As you move back over here, you can start to see around the engine cover more ducting for cooling. This is actually a inlet to the brake ducts, and it travels here through the actual subframe of the car and then shoots in to the brakes right here. There's another brake duct for cooling. Lots of cooling, and it's also grabbing air from here, sending it up into the taillights, creating downforce. This car has got a lot of engineering and a lot of design into it. Even on the GT3 models, it's the same basic chassis with different transmission, same engine, and different reinforcements. Once we start getting into the car a little more, you can see the actual tube frame, motorsport quality frame and chassis on this thing. It's pretty awesome. We have 305 Conti Sports on here. I believe they're Conti 6s, maybe? Conti... Nope, they're the Contact Sports. They discontinued the original tires on this car, and these are the replacements right now. Brand new set of tires. Everything looks good here. Pretty cool car. I'm definitely pretty excited to work on this one. I think our first step is going to be going over fluids and basic maintenance. Car only has 7,000 miles on it. Not that it's required to do any of these fluids, but it's also a 2017 and has been sitting. And when we acquire a new car, we want to start all of our maintenance off at zero. So we know where it stands and we know what we have to do moving forward. So I think this is going to be a pretty cool series on this car. I'm really happy that we have one of these as one of our shop cars now, and we can start doing some pretty neat stuff to it. And then take part in some NSX events with it as well. So definitely pretty cool. Make sure that you guys stay tuned for more episodes on this because we have them coming fast and exciting. All right, so you guys have seen the car. Gives you some insight into our future episodes coming up. I'm really excited about this. I know our whole team's excited about it because we finally get one of these that is for us and for us to use and for us to modify. It's going to be a really awesome series on this. We're going to show you all the maintenance on the car, and then we're going to start showing you the aftermarket mods and some of the custom tuning that we're doing such as wheels, tires, suspension, exhaust, a computer, trims, maybe painting this piece here. We're going to be doing a whole bunch of pretty cool stuff, so definitely make sure that you guys watch, you subscribe, and you tune in for all the episodes coming up because this one's going to be fun.